This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Monday, the 12th day of July in the year 2021. I'm Gordon Mosley. Here's what we're tracking tonight. Almost 2 months after the Ministry of Health announced that it had run out of second dose shots of the Sputnik COVID-19 vaccine, the Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, today revealed that second dose shots have been sourced and the administering of the needed second doses will begin tomorrow. News source understands that 5,000 second dose shots arrived in the country this morning. The arrival of the vaccine comes as thousands of persons are entering their 11th week since they got their first dose of the vaccine. There was an initial 4 to 12 week window between the first and second doses of the vaccine, but the manufacturer recently expanded that to 6 months.
We have now been able to get second dose Sputnik V into the country, and as of tomorrow we'll start administering the second dose of the Sputnik V. But you would recall that we also have given people a time period, and that is between 4 weeks to 12 weeks when you can come and get the second dose of the vaccine. If you wait for that 12-week period, the longer you wait, the better you will get the durability of the vaccine or durability of your immune response.
The health minister said the second dose, which is now available, will be given to persons who took their first dose in April because they are closer to the 90-day period.
We are now getting in these second doses. So we have a set that came in, and next week we are going to get a next set. So everyone who would have received their first dose of the Sputnik V will get their second dose.
Dr. Anthony noted that the three main vaccines which are currently being utilized in Guyana, the Russian Sputnik V, the Chinese Sinopharm, and the Oxford AstraZeneca, could protect citizens from severe illness from COVID-19 for up to 1 year.
We know for sure now, because these vaccines have been in use for more than a year, and once you have both doses of these vaccines, that you will get protection for at least a year. That's based on the current evidence that we have.
The health minister did not say whether persons would need fresh doses of the vaccines after the protection period elapses, but he noted that constant studies are being done and the protection could very well last beyond 1 year. More news coming up in a moment.
What's our purpose? Together we rise. For our community, our customer, and our country. Our promises: strengthen our community, reliably connect our customers, innovate for all in our country. Together we rise.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
Preparing for your NGSA exams is always a challenge. The Guyana Learning Channel is here to help. You can go to YouTube using your browser or your mobile device, then search for the Guyana Learning Channel in the search bar. We're live streaming our NGSA booster videos all day and all night. If you want to study a specific subject or topic, you can go to our NGSA booster playlist. You can look at a specific subject, such as mathematics, and then look for a specific topic. Here, you can follow along with the lesson to prepare for your examination. Remember kids, study hard, and best of luck in your exams.
My one and only, tastes so good to me. Yes, we love cheesies. Yeah! Cheesies, cheesies, give me please. Nobody does it like these. Cheesies, cheesies, give me some. Cheesies taste is number one. Only Sunshine's got it. Got the cheese you love with a taste that's so real. We love cheesies. Sunshine Snacks Cheesies. Just so good.
Mom, what are you doing with GPL on your list?
Child, you forgot I have to pay GPL?
You got time with GPL?
I have to keep these lights on. The customers who think in that manner and refuse to honor their obligation to GPL are obviously not playing their part in ensuring quality service delivery. So, I will continue to pay my GPL bill on time, every time.
I recognize the value of your point, Mom. You were right.
GWI introduces CAP, their customer assistance promotion that offers massive discounts. For a limited time, get 50% off all reconnection fees and another 50% off your entire bill. If your service was removed or you've reconnected on your own, GWI is offering yet another 50% discount off all tampering and replacement fees. Wallet-friendly payment plans are also available. So tap into GWI's customer assistance promotion by visiting any GWI office and avoid them taking legal action. CAP only applies to customers whose services were disconnected or removed prior to 2021. For more information, call 227-8701 or WhatsApp 620-1667. Water is life. Save it.
Sonia, you think people easy? People just really want to do their own thing. Look across the road how we building the house low. The building code say you're supposed to be 2 feet off the ground.
And when the place flood, them just be the first to complain.
But you know sometimes we that just contribute to the flooding with we behavior.
You know, boy, we just throw things in the drains and canals. We don't keep the gutters clean and dispose of garbage properly. By the way, you got an emergency kit?
Yeah, Sonia, I got me own and it got drinking water, army medicines, and first aid things like band-aids, iodine, bandages.
And me own got in toothpaste, a change of underwear and clothing, toilet paper and soap.
Guyana, our country, our responsibility.
Mobil 1 is more than oil. It's many oils. It transforms at the molecular level. When cold, it's thicker than honey. When hot, it's thinner than water. Mobil 1 adapts and readapts to last longer. 16,000 kilometers between oil changes. That's your engine evolved.
Sol Guyana is the authorized distributor of Mobil lubricants.
We are legions of men standing strong, but never too proud to stoop and help someone. We must send a clear signal to all. Do right. Walk in upright ways, knowing that's what being a man is all about. And ever aware that things will only get worse when good men do nothing. Stand strong. Be the one to live right.
Let GBTI make your dreams of owning a home a reality. Buy or build your home with us. Let us help you to completely outfit your home and make it move-in ready. Need to purchase land? We finance that too. Benefit from our 10% down payment and interest rates as low as 4.25%. Calculated on the reducing balance with up to 30 years to repay. Switch your mortgage to us and learn about benefiting from the equity in your home. Invest wisely. Apply online or call your branch to schedule an appointment. GBTI, we see Guyana through your eyes.
Welcome back. Just hours after receiving a verbal notice from his landlord to pack up and move out of her house by the 14th of July, a Campbellville youth was stabbed to death by the woman's son during a confrontation. Dead is 24-year-old Dwayne Tate, who worked at the Guyana Revenue Authority as a customs officer. A police report on his death explained that Tate was at home with his reputed wife and their young daughter on Sunday afternoon when the landlord, Jacqueline Lamazon, while being in the presence of her son, informed him that she wants him out of the apartment by the 14th of July. Last evening, Tate was at home sleeping when he was awakened by the landlord's son knocking on the door with a piece of wood and shouting that they needed to move out of the house yesterday. Tate reportedly ventured out of the apartment to confront the man who attacked him with a knife, stabbing him to the chest. The injured young man attempted to run after his attacker but collapsed a short distance away from the house. He was picked up by his reputed wife and a security guard in the area and taken to the Georgetown Hospital where he was pronounced dead. The police said a wound was noticed in the upper area of his chest. The suspect has since been arrested, and the murder weapon has also been confiscated. Today, angry family members of the dead man descended on the house where he lived.
Never even fight in his life. Never fight in his life. Are you gonna call your son out for more than my nephew? And then you got you inside and nobody in arrested or catch you to be in a conspiracy to the murder. Cause she cast her son out. She cast her son outside. Young progressive youth.
He had any tell you about any prior incidents with the landlord?
No, they give him time. The contract up on Wednesday. So they were trying to move, but you tell him you wait on Wednesday to get deposit. And they wake him out the house 12 o'clock last night. For his son murder him. This nonsense got to stop and it's stopping right here. You gotta stop here. You can't just call your children out the house and come up and involve yourself in something that you know you're wrong.
A police investigation into the murder is ongoing tonight. The Guyana Public Service Union has complained to the International Labour Organization and the Public Service International Group on the government's refusal to meet with the union to negotiate salaries and wage increases for public servants. In a letter to the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Public Service, which was also copied to the President and the Prime Minister, the GPSU said it sent multiple letters asking for a meeting to convene to discuss pay hike for public servants, but those letters were not even acknowledged. The Public Service Union noted the failure on the part of the government to act and convene the long overdue meeting, adding that the blatant disregard of the requests and subsequent reminders constitute a breach of the legally binding agreement between the parties and conflicts with the Trade Union Recognition Act of 1997, which requires the employer to bargain in good faith and enter into negotiations with each other for the purpose of collective bargaining. The GPSU has noted that the flouting of the agreement and the ignoring of the plight of workers and pensioners during the COVID-19 pandemic and at a time when cost of living is on the rise are enough evidence that the government lacks care and consideration for persons who have given and continue to give service to the nation. The union says the posturing of the government is unjustifiable, unwarranted, biased, and discriminatory. As a result, the union has issued an ultimatum to the government to begin the process of negotiations this week. The Private Sector Commission has dispatched a letter to President Irfan Ali complaining that a sleep-in hotel and casino continues to breach the COVID-19 guidelines. In the letter dated the 8th of July and signed by Chairman of the Private Sector Commission Paul Chang, the Commission said it is a growing concern to the body and the wider business community that while the COVID-19 protocols and curfew directives are in place, the proprietor of sleep-in hotel and casino continues to deliberately ignore with impunity those orders, according to the PSC. The PSC said it has raised the matter before at the level of the COVID-19 task force, where its representative Ramesh Duku raised the issue in the presence of the Prime Minister. The PSC said it has urged its members, as it continues to do with the wider private sector, to cooperate and comply with the curfew directives set out in the official gazette, but said sleep-in remains a glaring and publicly obvious exception. The PSC now wants to meet with the President on the issue of the sleep-in hotel and casino. The sleep-in owner and some patrons were charged earlier this year for breaching the COVID-19 regulations. The owner of the hotel and casino has argued that hotels are considered essential services and are allowed to be open for the full 24 hours. He believes the services offered by the hotel for its guests ought not be separated from the hotel's operations. Let's tell you now that the Ministry of Education has announced that it will begin the distribution of the $15,000 Because We Care cash grant and the $4,000 uniform allowance for children in the public education system from later this week. In total, each child in the public education system will receive $19,000. The ministry said the two programs are catering for 172,000 students. Additionally, instead of vouchers being issued for the uniform allowance, parents will receive cash. The ministry will be publishing the schedule on its Facebook page and in the local newspapers for pickup. Those uplifting the grants will be required to present a valid form of identification. The ministry hopes to complete the full distribution of the two grants before the new school year begins in September. The government has said it intends to keep increasing the Because We Care cash grant incrementally each year until it reaches $50,000. The school uniform and supplies grant was increased last year from $2,000 to $4,000. The CARICOM Secretariat is to put a communication program in place to assist member states to address the problem of vaccine hesitancy in the region. At the recent CARICOM meeting, heads of government expressed their concern about the hesitancy of many persons in the Caribbean to get vaccinated. The leaders mandated the Secretariat to mobilize resources to support the implementation of the communication and other initiatives to address vaccine hesitancy at the regional and national levels. CARICOM also plans to redouble its efforts to procure vaccines for the region. The heads of government have emphasized the importance of citizens being inoculated so that member states could achieve herd immunity, recognizing that no one is safe until everyone is safe. The Caribbean region is hoping to get at least 80% of the citizens of the region inoculated against the virus. The driver of the Region 10 chairman, who was arrested last week for questioning about the fire at the GCOM Wisma office last year, was released from police custody this afternoon without any charge being filed against him. The driver, Roy Marshall, was in police custody since last Thursday night when a group of police officers from Georgetown turned up before midnight at his home in Linden and bungled him into a police vehicle. He was brought straight to Georgetown and spent the last 3 days facing questions about the fire. News source understands that Marshall made known his innocence of the accusations by the police. The investigators had no evidence tying him to the case, news source understands. Last Friday, 3 other persons were charged in connection with the fire. Marshall's family and the APNU-AFC coalition were quick last Friday to criticize the police arrest and the way the police went about its operations. The man's family complained that they were initially told that he was being taken to the Mackenzie police station, but he never arrived there. It wasn't until the next day that they learned through the media that he was whisked away to Georgetown and the CID headquarters. He was released today on station bail.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
At Sash Financial, we create strategies for strengthening business and personal finances while helping our clients to build sustainable wealth. Our financial and business consultancy services are uniquely tailored to ensure every client receives quality packages and optimal results. Our financial services include financial reporting and analysis, financial status assessment, internal audits, bookkeeping and records management, financial planning advice, tax returns. Our business advisory services are related to business plans, business startups, operational improvement, business management, document preparation, procedures development, efficient marketing. Call or WhatsApp us today for your free consultation on telephone number 592-665-6045. Sash Financial, strengthening businesses, building wealth.
What's our purpose? Together we rise. For our community, our customer, and our country. Our promises: strengthen our community, reliably connect our customers, innovate for all in our country. Together, we rise.
Fuel it up and drive, super 95. Tune up. Fuel it up and drive, super 95. Tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guyana Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guyana's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
My name is Kian Jabour, and I'm from a new and united Guyana. And I'm very pleased to say I just got my first dose of the Sputnik COVID-19 vaccine. I feel extremely good. The vaccine was no pain at all, and I have to encourage everyone to please come out and get it. The COVID pandemic is getting much, much worse in Guyana. It's all of our responsibility to keep each other safe.
Across the region tonight, thousands of Cubans have risked jail time by joining the biggest protest for decades against the island's communist government. The protests are significant because government critics face harsh punishments for dissent in Cuba. The island's president called for his supporters to fight the protesters. Cuba is in the midst of an economic crisis and has been hit hard by US sanctions and COVID. Cubans have been angered by the collapse of the economy, food and medicine shortages, price hikes, and the government's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. Protesters shouted freedom and down with dictatorship in demonstrations across the country yesterday. Dozens of anti-government protesters were arrested by the security forces, who were assisted by plainclothes officers. Police in Haiti say they have arrested a doctor who they believe is a key suspect in organizing last week's assassination of President Jovenel Moïse. They say Christian Emmanuel Sanon, a 63-year-old Haitian national, flew into the country on a private jet early in June with political motives. The 53-year-old President Moïse was killed at his residence on the 7th of July by 28 foreign mercenaries, the police said. His wife was injured in the attack and then flown to the US for treatment. She said the attack happened so quickly her husband Jovenel was unable to say a single word. And finally tonight, international news. South Africa has deployed soldiers to tackle deadly unrest triggered by the jailing of former President Jacob Zuma. Shops were looted and buildings set on fire today as Zuma challenged his sentence at a hearing in the top court. At least 6 people have been killed and 200 arrested since the unrest began last week, after Zuma handed himself in and began his 15-month sentence. Zuma was convicted of contempt of court after failing to attend an inquiry into corruption during his presidency. The 79-year-old who denies corruption is hoping to get his sentence rescinded or reduced at a constitutional court hearing. However, legal experts say his chances of success are very slim. The case has sparked an unprecedented legal drama in South Africa, which has never seen a former president jailed before. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley, encouraging you to stay safe.